everyone. So I haven't done a video in like 2 weeks, and I'd just like to update all of you on some things that are going on weather-wise. I don't have any sticky notes up here today, mainly because I didn't make any, and I threw other things out because I've been like cleaning my room and I don't know, just whatever. But here it goes. This upcoming weekend and going into next week, we are going to have kind of like a pattern change. I know over the past like month or so, February was really stormy, and we had like 5 winter storms come through and dump tons of rain, tons of snow, and just severe weather and blizzard conditions like everywhere across the entire United States. Well, it's kind of like still going on, but not as much. We just had to deal with Winter Storm Triton a few days ago, and that moved off the New England coast. And right now it's kind of just tranquil, and there's a couple clipper systems coming across the Great Lakes region, but really nothing too significant to really report about. Now we are going to have kind of a new storm system develop in the upper Midwest going into tomorrow and then going into the weekend, and that's going to slide down, and it's going to actually become kind of a very nuisance kind of a storm, kind of a big weather player coming down into the Great Lakes, reaching Ohio River Valley, going over into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. Now, here's the thing. It is going to be snow here in the upper Midwest, going down into probably maybe the Chicagoland area, and going over into probably like Detroit, Cincinnati, not Cincinnati, but Cleveland. And then we might have some snow on the northern fringe of the storm. However, it's really going to be a big rain producer for parts of the Mid-Atlantic. So like New York City, you're kind of on that rain-snow line mix. I think we're going to see mainly rain with temperatures around 40 degrees coming into the picture on Monday. Philadelphia, Baltimore, D.C. going down to the Carolinas, and then the rest of the Ohio River Valley, just rain, plain old rain, but it is going to be quite cold. Temperatures are only going to be in the 40s this upcoming Monday when the storm is supposed to hit. Now, we don't know if it's going to be named or not, mainly because there's not really a lot of snow with the system. It's a kind of a little bit more mild storm than what we've been dealing with. But nevertheless, we are going to have a new storm coming across the region. But after that, things are going to clear out and temperatures are going to rebound. Now, for this upcoming weekend, if you live across the south, it is going to be beautiful, it's going to be sunny, it's going to be warm. We're going to have temperatures in Dallas in the 80s. We're going to have temperatures in southern Texas in the 90s. You're going to have widespread 70s and even 80s across the Gulf Coast, going from Texas going over into Florida. And you're even going to have 70s coming into places like Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina this upcoming weekend. So definitely spring warmth is going to be felt across the south. And after the storm moves away from us the beginning of next week, we are going to start to see temperatures modify some. DC, you are going to be back up into the 60s actually by the end of actually next week. So just another 7 days in 60s, here you come, and everyone. Boston, New York City, you're going to be in the 50s by the end of next week. So finally, some spring-like air is going to make its way into places that have been just inundated with cold temperatures for the past like month. Now, going across the West Coast area, we are going to see just slightly different changes coming into the region, mainly the Pacific Northwest. We are going to have another couple of showers, smaller kind of just storms make its way present in the Pacific Northwest this weekend and going into next week. Not a really big concern, no major flooding, major big snowstorms, blizzards, anything like that, but you are going to notice some just cooler and showery weather moving into the picture for the next week. Now, going into the desert Southwest, we are going to have mainly tranquil and sunny conditions, and it is going to warm up as well. So places in and around the Four Corners region going into the desert Southwest, 80s and 90s are going to be typical for the upcoming week and everything. So finally, we're going to kind of just cut off from the winter storms, and we're finally going to see some spring-like warmth coming into most of the region. The only problem is probably the Central Plains going into the Front Range of the Rockies and the upper Midwest Great Lakes region. Unfortunately, you're going to still be stuck in some of the cool areas, cool temperatures for about another couple of weeks. I'll be back with another video to give you another update quite soon. Until then, remember to keep your eye to the sky.